2018 Global Guided Meditation Call. In today's meditation, when we think about our current status on the planet as humanity, and being born free, but yet having to be misled and controlled and threatened and separated, instead of us knowing that we are all one. We're all separated, and we judge each other based upon different social structures and what we have and what we do and what we drive and the job and the credit cards and all the stuff that is based upon who we are, which, if any of you realize that the more you have, the heavier it feels, the less free you feel. Now, with the conflict of humanity, which means that we are not united as the human race, that we are, the majority of humanity is separated, to think as if they're a separate part or just a separate being from the whole. And the idea is that when we realize that we are all one, collectively, we become super powerful, and we can change directions of any happening or anything occurring here on this planet. Now, since this planet supports us physically, and we see the destruction of the environment and the air, the water, the plant life, the animal life, and we want to make this planet a place of total peace and harmony. And we look for, and you see it every day, and you hear it every day, and you see people experiencing it every day, the lack of condition is what it is. It's a lack of condition where people feel powerless and they're stripped of all dignity and they don't have a place to turn, and they are, homeless, they are broken, they are financially destroyed. And now think about this for a moment. If humanity didn't have to rely on a structure put in by creatures to control us all, how would it feel? How would it feel to be so free that you had no financial burdens, you had no physical burdens, and you just contributed to humanity? You gave of yourself, and that would be the only requirement. You help each other. Visualize that and be in that place of existence. Because when you think about the construct that we've all been jammed into, is a construct that we don't care to have anymore. And we should eliminate that construct in our heart of hearts and replace it with the light of God. And the construct is lack of. It's a lack of mentality. It's fear-based. And so many people have it. And collectively, we're changing that harmony. We're changing the chaos to harmony on the planet. We have the ability to do that as a collective energy created by Mother, Father, God, Prime Source, Creator God, the one, where we are omnipotently powerful, and we are. We can change anything collectively, and I use and emphasize the word collectively as unifying, coming together, like we do on this meditation, and as we continue to grow. The purpose is to invite and draw people from their higher selves to these meditations across the planet. The reason for that is that they look at it and they don't have to go through a hieroglyphic evaluation and analysis of how to meditate. Where to place your fingers, where to how to do this, how to do that. And it's that way I've learned through the years, the past 40 years, that in meditation you have a simple way to touch your divine self, and it's to go within. Going within yourself is peaceful. The deeper you go, and you just visualize it, that you go within, not outside of you to find it, but you go within. And it's quiet. It's being quiet and at peace, and it's breathing. And we do those things very simply, and to put you into a mode of oneness, of being with the one, with the God, with heaven. And when we do this, we transform into our true God self, which is the spark that we have inside these bodies. When the body ceases to function, the spark leaves the body. When it doesn't, it's not able to serve as a vessel for our God spark. So, in the financial areas, we've done numerous meditations, and we have to cover a lot of different areas of meditation for the planet and humanity. We've got, I've talked to people that need lots of money. They need money to pay their bills. They need money to eat. They need money to do this, and they don't have the money, and they're suffering, and they're struggling, and they're stressing, and they're fearing, and all those energies. And when you think about it, you have those energies, and I've been there many times. And when you have those energies, you seem to attract more of the same. And it's very difficult for people in stressful situations to look at the bright side of things. And when you cannot see the light, that's when you're in trouble, when you can't see the light. And when you think in a light way, a loving way, to attract peace, harmony, and joy, and bliss. And if you want to identify your whole life with money, you're selling yourself short. Because, the human race is going to move out of money. We're coming to, and I call this whole monetary process a financial shift. And that's exactly what it is. All the other words are meaningless. This is a financial shift that is being guided by heaven to give the wealth to humanity, to human beings, not governments, not manipulators of the planet, not the creatures, not the reptilians, and none of those will have the power of the financial system. The human race will. The wealth will be transferred. And no matter what is said, no matter what is conveyed, no matter what picture is being drawn up for humanity, the true picture and clarity is a transfer of wealth to humanity, and being prepared for the different projects and the different things that people want to get done, and they want to help humanity, and that thinking in that direction is moving us there. So, in today's meditation, we are going to become magnets of light. So we are going to become columns of crystalline light as we visualize and feel ourselves, rooting ourselves into planet Earth, Gaia, as beacons that pulsate out across the planet and connect with every human, and they and their higher selves, not them knowing consciously, but subconsciously, become the crystalline light columns that are plugged into the planet, into Gaia, as she receives us. And we have these all over the planet. These magnets begin to pulsate. They're crystalline magnets of God light. And they begin to pulsate, and I'm painting the picture so when you go into this meditation, you can see this. So So they begin to pulsate, and they begin to let out love and light, God love, God light, attracting all abundance, all wealth to humanity, all prosperity to humanity. So this meditation is going to be, instead of naming it a financial meditation, we're going to name it the Columns of Light meditation. And the columns of light are us. And we will deem how the financial shift comes to us, and not the corrupt, but to those children, us of God. And it totally is going to, our columns of light that we create will obliterate any obstruction, anything blocking this wealth for humanity. Totally vaporize it. So if you will, there's the picture I've painted for you. So if you will, go to your places of relaxation where you're not going to be disturbed. And you want to empty your mind. You want to get rid of all of the chatter and the noise. You want to become quiet. You want your mind to quiet. And you want the energies of all of those thoughts to be removed, to be eliminated. Let them go. Let them be taken back to the central sun, never to be seen again, never to be experienced again. Relax your body, your shoulders from head to toe. Now you want to breathe in. Breathing in is important. The breathing is important in this. You want to breathe in divine positive energy through your nose. Hold it for a couple of seconds. As you breathe in 3 to 6 times, you're going to take in divine energy, divine God love, and divine positive abundance, wealth, prosperity. Health is number 1. Caring, compassion. These are all positive, enlightening energies that you're breathing in. You feel them saturate your very existence. Now, as you're breathing, you're exhaling all negatives, all the things that hold you down, all of the beliefs that are untrue, all the things that conflict you, all the things that convince you of lack of. When we live in such an abundant universe, we are convinced that we have a lack of environment, that there isn't enough to go around, that there isn't enough abundance, that we're stuck with what we have. Anything is possible, and we believe that. We nurture that we know that anything is possible. So we're breathing out all of this negative garbage and goop, and it's being vaporized and taken away to the central sun. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our inner self. Through our heart center, our heart chakra, we're going inside of us is where we travel, into peace. The deeper we go, the more peace we find. And as we go in, we enter the vortex room, and the vortex room is of God's love, of heaven sent. It is sparkling in golden white pink light. It is reflecting, glowing, and it's saturating us with God's love. We reach the center and we see our higher self, our God self, and we join with our God self. We become one. It's our higher consciousness. So once we've done this, now we invite all of the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim that are of God's love. All the fairies, all the sprites, all the ascended masters, all of the loved ones who have crossed over. All of God's love are now with us in this meditation. columns of crystalline light. And so we are protected, remember, with the perfect sphere of the golden white pink light and robed and the purple transmuting flame of God's love, of prime source creator God's love, of the one's love, of heaven's love. And that's the only thing that can penetrate it. So we're all protected. We're all encased in these spheres. We all in arm float up. We are above the planet, our meditative sphere. You can see it. You can feel its love that houses all of our meditations that are in perpetual motion. And then we begin to connect ourselves. We transform. We come down to the planet and we encase ourselves and become a crystalline light column. And we are so bright that we light the heavens. And we root ourselves into the planet as beacons of God's love. And as we do this, we connect with Gaia, the planet. And we help her rejuvenate. And we fill her with God's love. And then we connect with all of humanity and their higher selves. And as they form their columns of light, we connect. We form a grid across the planet. The crystalline light columns have spread across and are interlinked and connected with heaven's love and light. Bright, phenomenally bright, lighting up space, turning it to daylight. This energy continually pulsates and literally eliminates all obstruction, all illness, all anger, all hate, all confusion, all poverty, all starvation, all pain, all negativity. We're totally vaporizing all of these obstructions that keep us from peace, from abundance, from prosperity, from wealth, from great health, happiness, joy, all of these things. Visualize and view and feel, and I'll be back to wrap us up.